Okay, so I had gotten dressed earlier in that first video that I'm going to post for today, or the second one I'm going to post for today. I recorded earlier because I thought I might be leaving the house, but I'm not, so I'm changed back into comfortable clothes. Day 3 water fast, let's give an update on the medical stuff because my nurse from my doctor's office called me back. So on Monday, whenever I went, I had a temp of 97.6, which is normal for me. I run like 97.9 usually. I had a weight of 83.9 kilograms, which comes to 184.58 pounds. I had a blood pressure of 136/74, which is really off for me. I'm pretty sure the CNA just kind of was off. I did check it again myself, and it was down to my normal below 120, range. I typically run like 105/63 or something. I usually have a really great blood pressure, but anyway, it was a little elevated. Pulse was 68, respirations were 20 on Monday. Now, this is why I'm posting a second video for today. All of my blood work came back from Monday. So, my white blood cell count was elevated. Typical range for white blood cell count is 3.5 to 10.3 for this physician's record. Some of them range differently, 4 to 11, and that is actually like, 10 to the third power per deciliters of blood or whatever. It's got like, some very medical units attached, but mine, it wasn't elevated outside of what they would consider a normal range, but it was at the very, like, you want to be closer to 3.5. You want to be like less inflamed, less production of white blood cells. I was at a 7.08. Red blood cell range should be 3.65 to 5.25. I was at a 5.47, which indicates that I had more red blood cells in my blood volume than other things. Hematocrit, and if you need to look up these definitions, you can. Hematocrit is labeled HCT in blood work. Normal hematocrit is 33.6 to 45.2, and mine was 46.5. Basically, it just means what I've been saying it means. I have inflammation going on in my body. I have stuff going on in there that shouldn't be going on in there. They're not elevated enough that it would be considered like, oh, let's, put her on some kind of crazy medication, but I'm getting to that point. So that's why I'm having all of this done. My platelet count was outside of normal range, which means just like with your hematocrit and red blood cells, platelets being elevated is kind of in that same thing, where it just signifies you're not in homeostasis, your body's not ideally where it should be. My glucose level, fasting for 12 hours. I had not eaten anything the night before. I had drank some water before I had my blood drawn, but that was it. And my blood glucose was still at 97, which is high considering I had been fasting for 12 hours and had had a reduction in calorie increase the day before. Normal range is 70 to 105. So having a 97 blood glucose level at a, after fasting for 12 hours is kind of pushing it, which means, what I thought it would mean. I'm borderline diabetic. I'm, pushing the margins here on things that I shouldn't be pushing the margins on. Next one that was elevated was AST. This is used to diagnose liver damage. It's also used, it's mainly used to diagnose liver damage. This enzyme is released when there's damage to the liver or when muscles are damaged. And the muscle that this most signifies is the heart. So liver and heart. This measures damage within those two organs most accurately. And the normal range is 13 to 39 international units per liter. I'm at a 38 international units per liter. So I'm pushing, having, like I said in my initial video, um, problems with my organs, my insides. I'm not doing this for weight loss, although it will be a side effect, which will in turn help my conditions. Something that surprised me because I've never had issues with it before, my cholesterol was high. And that scared me a little because my family is high cholesterol, heart pressure, high blood pressure, hypertension, medications for cholesterol and hypertension. It's just all there in my family. And I knew that I was getting to a point where some of that stuff was starting to be off. And this is the first blood work I've had that says, yeah, it is. Cholesterol should be 0 to 200 milligrams per deciliter. And mind you, I did this after fasting for 12 hours. Like I went to bed, hadn't drank any water and everything. Mine was sitting at 212, which is not too bad, but when you consider the normal range is 0 to 200 and you want to be down further toward the 0 as possible, then when you're over the 200, that's not good. HDL, which is part of your, it's your high density lipid profile. You want 40 to 60 milligrams per deciliter. I was at 63. Another thing, like I said, that shocked me. I didn't even realize that my cholesterol levels were getting to that point. The balance between your HDL, LDL, all of that stuff. There's some information on that on here, but it's too technical to go into that. My TSH, which is your thyroid marker, you want 0.45 to 5.33 international units per liter. I'm at 1.33, so I'm good on my TSH. My thyroid's working good. I could use vitamin B12. I'm at the lower end of the range on that. And then he prescribed me vitamin D because I'm severely below. It should be 30 to 100 nanograms per milliliter, and I am at 20. So I'll go pick that up today. Having said all of that, in relation to the video I posted earlier, I will actually be consuming 5 whole wheat saltine crackers every morning. Number one, because he said it could reduce the nurse that I was speaking to when we were discussing it, could possibly reduce, I'm having hiccups and acid reflux a lot from body detoxifying and stuff. And also I need to add this vitamin D and calcium supplement to my daily regimen, and you kind of need at least a little bit of something on your stomach or it can cause upset. So I have an anti-nausea medicine that I can take with those, and I'm going to just have to have the 5 saltines every morning, which is, I think, they're whole grain, whole wheat. I think the sodium content on them is like 130 or something like that, which is okay. I need sodium considering I'm drinking only water. And then the calorie content is only like 60 calories, and it's like 11 or 12 grams of carbohydrates. So it'll be just enough to like prevent stomach upset from these supplements that he would like me to start taking every morning. So having said all of that, I am going to spend the rest of the day listening to my schoolwork, like I said, and just kind of relaxing. I have plans to get out of the house tomorrow and visit a good friend of mine, Shelly, because I miss her, and get to meet her mother. So I'm looking forward to that. But after I kind of got dressed this morning and got ready and thought I was going to go, his office called and we had all of that discussion, and so he really wanted me to take something for the upset stomach and nausea, and it makes me kind of drowsy. So I'm going to just stay at the house today, and then hopefully tomorrow morning I won't have to take that, so I won't be so drowsy. But I'm definitely not going to drive when I'm water fasting and I just took something that can make me drowsy, because that's just dangerous, especially up here in all the snow and ice. So that's medical update to this video.